You know that feeling, right? You're lying in bed, it's late, and your mind just will not shut off. It feels like you're stuck on a hamster wheel of thoughts. Well, today we're going to dig into a really simple but kind of profound way to understand the difference between actually thinking something through and just that. Let's jump in.
Oh, this just nails it, doesn't it? It's that mental highlight reel from hell, playing the same stuff over and over and over again. You know that one thing you said at a meeting 3 days ago? Or you're pre-playing a conversation that hasn't even happened yet. It can feel absolutely exhausting because there's no off switch.
So what is this thing? Well, here's a new way to frame it. It's not some kind of personal failure. It's not you being broken. It's something very specific. It's an endless mental loop.
And that's the key right there, without a destination. See, when you're problem solving, you're actually trying to get somewhere. You're moving forward. But this is just your brain going in circles. It's a cycle of thoughts that literally doesn't lead anywhere new. It just spins and spins.
Okay, so that brings us to the big question here. What is the actual, tangible difference between productive thinking and this looping, draining, overthinking? Turns out the distinction is way simpler than you might think.
And there it is. That's it. That's the whole ballgame. Real productive thinking has an endpoint. You reach a decision, you find a solution, or maybe you just get to a place where you can say, okay, I'm done with this for now. But overthinking? By its very nature, it's designed to be infinite. It never ever gets to a conclusion.
So let's be super clear. Overthinking isn't just about thinking too much. It's about thinking without an off-ramp. It's a thought process that doesn't have a finish line built into it, and that is exactly why it feels so completely and utterly draining.
Okay, now this is where things get really interesting. This is the big perspective shift. If overthinking is just a loop with no end, then why on earth do our brains do it? Well, what if we stopped seeing it as a flaw and started seeing it as something totally different, a signal?
Seriously, how many times have you told yourself this? You're laying there, your mind is racing, and you're just like, ugh, stop it, you're being so dramatic, just turn it off. But what if all that self-criticism is completely missing the point?
So if it's not a character flaw, then what is it? Think of it like a check engine light for your mind. It's sending up a flare, trying to tell you something really important. It's a signal that
Your mind hasn't felt safe enough to stop. Let that sink in for a second. Overthinking isn't a malfunction. It's actually a protective mechanism that's stuck in overdrive. Your brain is on high alert, and it believes it has to keep scanning for danger because it hasn't gotten the all-clear signal yet. It doesn't feel safe.
So if the real problem is a brain that doesn't feel safe, what do you do about it? You don't fight it. You don't try to wrestle it into submission. The answer is actually something much, much gentler. It's about giving yourself permission.
And the approach is surprisingly simple. First, just take the pressure off. You do not have to figure out your entire life, career, and relationships tonight. It can wait. And second, change how you interact with the thoughts. You don't have to make them stop. You just have to stop grabbing onto every single one and following it down a rabbit hole.
this is so important. That desperate need for an immediate answer, that's the fuel that keeps the overthinking engine running. Giving yourself permission to just not know can be the most powerful move you make. The answers can wait for morning.
And all of this brings us to the final piece of the puzzle. Once you understand the loop and you understand why it's happening, you can finally see what you actually need in that moment.
It's not a better solution. It's not a smarter answer. It's not one more hour of analyzing every little detail. No. When your mind is stuck in that unsafe, endless loop, the real requirement isn't more mental work. It's the exact opposite. What you truly need is rest.
This is like the ultimate permission slip. It's a simple, powerful affirmation that you've done enough, you've thought enough, you are enough. And for right now, the only job left on your to-do list is to simply rest.
So I'll leave you with this to chew on. We usually treat rest like it's the reward we get after the work is all done. But what if that's backward? What if rest is actually an essential ingredient of the work itself? A totally necessary part of having a healthy, creative, and productive mind? Something to think about.